Just as a reminder, Kubernetes provides orchestration and management for containers across server clusters. In other words, Kubernetes deploys, scales, and manages containerized applications. In Kubernetes, application and service configuration is done via YAML files. YAML is a language used to represent structured data, similar to XML. When dealing with a single application, everything is fine. However, it quickly becomes a mess when handling multiple applications, multiple services, and multiple environments. Each Kubernetes object, deployment, service, ingress, etc. needs a separate YAML file. Keeping track of them for multiple applications and environments is hard. You'll eventually find yourself buried under tons of YAML files. Making changes manually across multiple YAML files is error-prone. This is where Helm comes in to make your life easier. Think of Helm like a recipe book for Kubernetes. Instead of manually gathering all the ingredients and assembling them yourself, Helm provides a structured way to package, install, and manage applications easily. Helm is the package manager that helps you install and manage the lifecycle of applications in a Kubernetes cluster. Essentially, Helm allows you to deploy applications or even complete stacks in a Kubernetes cluster using charts. A chart is simply a Kubernetes package that contains various parameterized YAML files. These files provide a wealth of description and configuration details necessary for running an application in a Kubernetes cluster. Among these files, one of the most important is values.yaml. This file contains the parameters used to create the application with specific configurations. In short, this is the configuration file that customizes your deployment. So, you tell the other files to look at values.yaml to determine what should change in a given context. Based on this, a release is created. Each time you install a chart, it creates a release. A release is an instance of a chart running on a Kubernetes cluster. This means that, for example, configuration differences between releases will be found in the values.yaml file. For instance, in a development environment, we might have only one web server instance, whereas in production, we might have 3 replicas of that web server. Similarly, for a different cluster, we might choose to run an application in version 1.6, while another cluster still runs version 1.5. These charts are then stored in a repository, which is where charts are collected and shared. The user selects the chart they want to use, and Helm installs the chart in Kubernetes, creating a new release for each installation. Helm helps industrialize deployments in a Kubernetes cluster by allowing modifications to a YAML file to adapt deployments to different contexts. Then, offering features for managing deployed versions and packaging applications into libraries. And finally, grouping .yaml files together to deploy a set of Kubernetes objects as a release with just a few command lines. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button to stay updated with my future videos. And if you think someone else might find it helpful, share it with them. See you next time. Bye.